Hello backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks. I am surrounded by backpacks today because there can be only one. What do I mean by that? Well, in just a handful of days, I'm leaving from Pennsylvania, headed to California to do the High Sierra Trail. It's a through hike of the High Sierra Trail, as a matter of fact. So I'm trying to decide which pack is going to make the trip with me. I've got two packs in front of me right now. I'm going through the pros and cons. You guys post below what pack you think I should take with me. I'd love to hear your comments, especially if you've got experience with either one of these packs. I'd really like to hear that too. I kind of know which pack I want to take with me, but I'm going to go through the pros and cons, at least my pros and cons of these packs, and then let you kind of tell me what your opinion is and what you like about these packs, and maybe what pack you would take if you were going to hike the High Sierra Trail like I am in a few more days from now. So let's dive in. The first pack here is to my left. This is a pack that I picked up last year and I really enjoy it. I've used it for some winter trips. I've used it on a couple of spring trips, and it fits my gear nicely. I love this pack. It's my overall favorite pack, hands down. I just love the simplicity of the G420 from Gossamer Gear. Super simple, does the job, enough organization to make it happen for me, and I really like it. So let me go through some of the pros of using this G420. I do have a review of this pack and another video on my on my YouTube channel, so feel free to dive into that if any of this strikes your fancy. The things I like about taking the G420 with me on the High Sierra Trail, number one, I've got to take a bear can with me. And the G420 has really nice static lines on both sides of the pack that you can tension down, and it really has a tendency to snug in the bear canister, as well as a strap that goes over the top, that can go over the top of the pack when it's closed. And so that strap, again, keeps the bear can from shifting. And that's a big deal for anybody that's ever carried a bear can. When those bear cans start shifting around in your packs, it really gets difficult. This is a 40-liter pack, so there's a little bit less shifting anyway, but it still can shift because there's room in there, because I'm an ultralight backpacker. I got really small gear, really light gear, and so it does have a tendency to do that. And those two strapping systems will definitely help me keep that bear can locked in place when I'm backpacking and going up those passes in the High Sierra Trail. The other thing that I really like about this pack is it's light, 25 ounces, so it's pretty far under 2 pounds. And so I just like to keep it simple and light, because as the food weight goes down, I'm going to be lighter on the trail with this lighter pack. It is not a framed pack, it is an unframed pack. It's got a foam pad on the back to add structure and stability. It does have a hip belt with really ample pockets for lots of room for a phone and other gear. But the structure of the pack isn't a huge deal to me. I've carried 25 pounds in here easily with no trouble at all. And I've put 30 pounds in it and carried it around. And 30 pounds really doesn't seem to be an issue either. It does carry it, you can feel a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be an issue long haul. But it definitely, is pushing the limits, I think, of this pack, at least when I'm wearing the pack and so forth. So that's another thing I like about it. It carries the weight well. I'm probably going to be close to 30 pounds to start the trail, but I'm going to quickly drop weight probably into that 25-pound zone fairly quickly in the first few days. And so the hip belt is another feature of this pack that really has attracted me to it for this particular trip, because I like to put things in my hip belt as I'm going. I don't really decide certain gear to go in the hip belt pockets. Definitely my phone right off the bat, but then I'll just throw stuff in there. If I need a bug net because we're running through bug areas, I'll just throw the bug net in there, those kind of things. It's got enough room in the pack for all of my gear. I'm taking fishing gear. It's going to be a little bit tight with the fishing gear just because I'm so kind of packed into this pack, so to speak. packed into the pack. That's a good one. So the fishing gear is going to add a little bit of extra organizational considerations for me, but not much to make it super inconvenient. It does have a really big back mesh pocket, and I have room for all the extra gear that I'll have. And usually what happens is once I start losing food in my bear can and start eating that down, I'll literally put some gear into my bear can. I'm using a BV500, by the way, and I'll do that. The other thing I like about this pack, when I consider it, and this is a small thing, honestly, but it's a important thing. It's got a zipper pocket here where I can put my wallet and stuff down in there for the end of the trip. It's like a waterproof zipper pocket, and it just kind of gets it completely out of the way, so I'm not like digging through it and running the risk of knocking the wallet or knocking my keys or something out of my pocket. Well, I won't have keys because I'm going to be using a rental car and a shuttle to get there, so that's not a worry. But I won't knock my wallet out of there, and any important papers, they just kind of hang in there the whole thing. So the whole time. It's got a shelter pocket on one side, an asymmetrical shelter pocket. So that's really nice. I have room for my shelter on one side, and then obviously water bottle pockets on the other. So I really like the G420. Again, the main thing is the weight. And then the bear can locking it in, and the downsides would be that it's going to be a little bit, more weight than I think what this pack is kind of designed to carry, for an extended period of time. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, and it'll be a little bit more difficult packing. I'll say difficult, not really, but a little bit more considerations of packing. So the next pack that I'm considering taking with me is the Outdoor Vitals Shadowlight 60. So this is a 60-liter pack. I'm jumping up 20 liters on this pack. I just got this pack because I wanted something that was 60 liters. So when I did really a base camp fishing trip out in the wilderness, I'd have room to take more fly fishing gear with me. Maybe some lightweight waders, some ultralight waders, and those kind of things. And so this definitely, with my ultralight kit and adding in the fishing gear, would be a-okay. It would definitely stay within weight limits. It would be enough room in the 60 liter to do all those things. I did take this on a test hike of the Allegheny Front Trail in Pennsylvania. I did a through hike of that, complete hike of it. And it really did a great job. I actually loaded this thing out with all the bear can, the BV500, and all of gear that actually I'd be taking the High Sierra Trail just to see how it carried, and it was easy, carried it easy. The things I like about this pack and why I'm considering it, it does have an internal frame, and the internal frame transfers weight really well to your hips. I like the way this thing works. I really loaded it down, just kind of tested out, and I really like the way it transfers the weight off my shoulders and onto my hips. I think the design here is really good for a pack. I also like the weight of this pack. It is just at 31 ounces. For a frame pack, that is pretty darn awesome. It is only 6 ounces heavier than my G420 from Gossamer Gear. So I really like the pack design and the way it carries weight. I know that I could easily carry 30 pounds on this for a number of days and still be good to go the way it's designed. The other things I like about this pack that I'm considering taking it on the High Sierra Trail is the water bottle pockets here on this side and this side. It's got 2 low water bottle pockets, and it also has a pocket up here on the outside and here. That just makes it easier to organize gear. For example, I could put my cook pot in one side and then my small dry bag on the other side that I have like extra gear in. That would be nice. It doesn't have an asymmetrical pocket on the side for my shelter, so that to me is kind of a downside, but it does have these 2 big mesh pockets. This big mesh pocket actually is split in half here. It's like sewn down the middle here, and so I can put my shelter on one of these sides, and it's actually a perfect size for my Gossamer Gear too. So that should work out nicely. I also like the zip entry here, right in the middle of the pack. It's got a zip entry, and so I could see that possibly being a plus. But again, I'm pretty judicious with what I take because I'm an ultralighter, and also I'm pretty organized with the order in which I put stuff into my pack, so I would have very little need to jump inside the pack in the middle of the day, but I guess just in case that's interesting. Both of these are roll tops, the Gossamer Gear and this. Love roll tops. That's my good place. I love roll tops, and so I'm really excited about that. As with the Gossamer Gear G420, this also has like a cinch cord across the bottom here on the side of the pack to tighten up the load a little bit, to secure the load better. And then it has this one, it's kind of a cinch cord that's integrated with the pocket. It doesn't work quite as well as the Gossamer Gear cinch, but it does work, and so that's okay. And then same thing on this side, cinch at the top, cinch at the bottom to compress that gear in your pack to lock that bear can in place. Again, I think the Gossamer Gear does a little bit better job of that. It also has a strap across the top of the roll top. Again, that's another point at which you're securing the bear can a little bit to keep it from shifting, and that's a big plus with a BV500 stuck inside here. And then the roll top, obviously, you can roll it down, put gear on top of the pack if you want to, those kind of things. So I think with this one, the main thing is the pockets on the outside, the better organization is what draws me to this. And then the frame, the fact that it's framed, and it will carry the 30 pounds probably just a touch better. Again, I've carried 30 pounds in both of these, just a touch better in this frame pack, which may be an issue on the trail if I have to, stay around 30 pounds for 2 or 3 days as I'm eating down my food. It might be an issue. I'm not thinking it will be, but it might be an issue, so that's why I'm considering. So these are 2 packs I'm considering taking on the High Sierra Trail. I am going to post that up today. It's about 5 days before I leave for California, so hurry up and post below. Let me know what you think. Which pack should I take with me on the High Sierra Trail? Until next time, backpackers, get out there and do some backpacking, do some hiking. Stop watching YouTube videos, unless they're mine. Then I will see you on the next video.